Hello everyone and welcome back to Rag Plays Aidyn Chronicles the First Mage. I'm just about to go check on Oriana before we continue our journey to Talawalk, just to see how she's doing or if she's even at home. I have my doubts that she'll be here, but after Sheridan's sympathy, it seems, his sympathizing with chaos over the common man, I don't trust him worth a fuck right now, to check on Oriana, to see to her safety, to do anything like that. So I would feel much better if I was able to talk to her. And unfortunately, she is not yet in, because maybe she's still out. It's about noon right now. Maybe she's still out gathering herbs or something, or doing whatever she does. But I imagine again, Alaron would leave a note to tell her that he's all right, and he's hope she's doing as well. Likewise. Again, I think I'm gonna just make this journey on my own, and I will see you guys in a bit, or if anything happens on the road, which I have my doubts that it will. So I will see you once I get back into Talawalk, and we will start the journey to Terminor proper from there. See you soon. Just a quick little aside as we come up to this crossroads. Further along in that direction, as we know, is Araman, and I think one of the primary reasons why Alaron would never want to walk the road to Araman again would just be for the painful memories it would bring back of Brenna whenever he would pass the spot that she died. So he would almost always elect to travel first to Gornia and then through the portal to get to Araman. He would never take the road again, I don't think. It's just far too traumatic of a thing to relive. It's basically the Trail of Tears for us. So, just thought I'd give that little insight into the character's headspace for you guys. I will see you when I reach Talawalk again. Alright guys, so we're back here in Talawalk, just getting ready to depart for Terminor finally. We have no more further business here. The road from Gornia to Talawalk was predictably pretty lacking in enemies or anything like that. We didn't have any trouble along the way, and it looks like it's going to be a foggy day on our trip there. Not sure how I feel about that, but oh my. A cutscene with Aidyn. Have you seen that spirit lately? What do you think it is? Looks like a ghost, but when you move close it doesn't fade or disappear. No, and it seems to come at any time of day. Are ghosts like that? I've heard of spirits that go on after death, but they are creatures of the mist or night. And when you speak to it, the spirit answers. What did it claim to be? The absence. He says he is what I am not. A riddle. Let's speak candidly for a moment, Alaron. Alright. In the Dryad Forest, and now again in Talawalk, I've noticed the ladies put their confidence in you. Okay, that's a bit off topic there, Aidyn, but alright, we'll have this talk. I guess it is time. It's high time. Do they? I hadn't noticed. I've seen it at the castle too, and one or two times as we traveled through Araman. I only talk to them. Knights should be silent when a lady speaks. This is the good old-fashioned way. Yeah, it's also the good old-fashioned way on how to never get anywhere in life in terms of a family there, Aidyn. Like, maybe chastity. I mean, I know knightly vows and all that are often a thing in religious orders, but we're castle knights. You know, we serve a king. We don't really go in for the whole Deus Vult type of activity. So if I'm silent, how will they get to know me? They should sense your temperament. They should know that beneath the knighthood you are an ordinary man of such and such a type. And they should sense that type. I shouldn't speak? Not at all. And the ladies should not speak either. Ladies should be dazzled by the knighthood. God damn you, chauvinist. It's best to dazzle them far past the point of words. I don't think I'd dazzle anyone. This is because you are young and green. You will find as time goes on that ladies prefer to be dazzled by men of experience. Alright, Aberkin, yeah, like, don't sell yourself short here. Gotta compete, man. Stay on top of the young squires. Is that why they don't talk to you? Ha 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 ha! Dead silence, got 'em, zing. I suppose it is. Well, I never. Blether. As you see, they are so thoroughly dazzled as to be left speechless by a knight of my age. Yes, of course. That's the reason. Alright, let's see what else he had to say, though. You think it's following us? It seems determined to stick by you. What do you think it wants? I don't know, but that's how it is with spirits. They seem to know who we are, and what we think even when we can't perceive the most obvious of their own characteristics. Maybe that's why we're afraid of them. Let's speak candidly for a moment, Alaron. Alright. In the Dryad Forest, and now again in Talawalk, I've noticed the ladies put their confidence in you. Huh. You don't approve. In my experience, it will only confuse you. Okay. A lady's thoughts can be difficult to follow. But doesn't a knight honor a lady? Of course, you may carry a banner and swear yourself to a devotion. Talk is another matter. Is it good to devote yourself to someone you never speak to? It may not be good, but it is a safe way of going about things. In the future, when ladies approach, please do not talk. Let's try option 3. No, maybe we won't see it again. I think we will. Why? What Cradwa said before he died. Let's speak candidly for a moment, Alaron. Alright. In the Dryad Forest, and now again in Talawalk, I've noticed the ladies put their confidence in you. They like talking to me. Don't listen. They keep talking anyway. Don't remember. What if I do remember? I mean, despite your good advice. Is that the case with you? Sometimes. You're lucky you're traveling with me, and within reach of my experience. Words from a lady so tender they cannot be forgotten. Must be forgotten, first of all. Well, that's somewhat more agreeable advice. Is that shit will get in your head. And if I would rather not forget them. Is that what's happening? Sometimes. Tomorrow we'll find a battle that will work wonders. But it will, you'll see. I like that one the best coupled with the first one, so I'm going to reload once more and do that. Alright, so some fatherly chats with Aberkin along the way. I like that. It's good. I was worried we would be seeing little or less and less of that as time went on, but I guess we're doing alright. Start complaining about things and the game fixes them. I can't complain. To the free city of Terminor. Onward we go. Now, there is plenty of treasure on the road to Terminor, and I have to make sure that I get everything before we... Is that a bear? It is a bear. Uh-oh. Alright, the whole party's coming out in droves. Can't we stop soon and have a meal? There's no time. A quest can take a year or longer. I think there's an hour for an inn somewhere. There are no inns here. We ought to rest, boy. Everybody does. I'm not everybody. Beacon, we literally just started. Alright, so let's not go with that one. If we can find an inn, we'll stop. A good decision. And once we get there, and the innkeeper approaches, why don't you try a local recipe? What do you mean, what local recipe? You eat the same food everywhere we go. Boy, bread and plain meat, terrible. I like what I eat. No change, no variety. Why quest at all? Why go out into the world, but push the world away? You quest to see new things? Why else? Why does water run, or fire burn? It does. Knights quest because they do. And would you like a world where every town stood just the same? Well, no. No, you wouldn't. Why quest when every day is just the same routine adventure? There are differences. The same monsters, the same battles. Well, no. I wouldn't like that. Neither would I. I'll look hard for an inn and let you know when I have found one. Okay. That's cool, but what about option 3? Let's wait until we get there. Fine idea, but we are miles away. Beacon, you have the appetite of a lion. You're always hungry. I'm aware of needs, lad. I meant to eat twice at the last inn, but there was little there, and I did not feel at ease. We're guests in these places. We have to take what we can get. Well, we didn't get much. What do these innkeepers get out of starving us? That's what I'd like to know. They don't see it that way. And how are we supposed to make up the deficiency? The next town will be better. The only way the next place could be worse is if they ration out the toast. Alright. Okay. If we have no further interruptions, game, let's fight the bear. Awfully far away from this thing. Aileron, how about you just get a stupidity off on this thing so we don't have to bother faffing about in battle for too long. There we go. Right on. And our first batch of chaos. Right on time. These ones are respawning, so if you guys ever need a place to farm chaos minions, I guess for blood axes if nothing else, or gold or whatever, these respawn periodically. And also, Keelin, you're a caster now, so let's put that to work with a fireball. Preferably all of you. Can we get all of them, please? Not quite. Well, gotta improve that radius. That's not a bad cast. 33. She casts fireball. He resists. Reason we're casting fireball here is just because I need to kill at least 2 of them so the other reinforcements sub in, and then I can cast a stupidity on them and just end it completely. Fireball on all 3 of these. Why not? You die. Aileron is considerably a better wizard than Keelin is at the moment, unless that's just a random chance that that happened to turn out so well, but Earth Smite, ouch. Yikes, I think that's the most damage we've taken in a long time. How about that stupidity now? On you and on you. It should affect the scouts now. And they're subbed in. Good. Pass, 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 pass. He flees, that's fine. Pass, and he flees. Good. Nice and simple. 2 blood axes and 7,600 something gold. Alright. So right now we are next to the ocean and following the road along there. There is supposedly a few items that we can potentially get out here. One of them is Terminor Mail. Another one is a Ring of Healing, and then there's also the third item that I'm going to remain, you know, kind of on the down low for now. What the hell? More of you guys. Oh, you're just 2 scouts this time. I guess you guys must be the ones that just fled from us. Back for more, huh? Alright. Well, I'm gonna just pass it to Aileron's turn and stupidity them both. There we go. You. And you. Fantastic. 1350 XP. And some gold. Alright. Onward we go. Sorry, I hit my mic there, I think. It's already getting late in the afternoon. Do you hear footsteps? I hear footsteps. That looks to be a wolf. 4 wolves. Alright. Well, we know how to deal with these. Same old, same old. Don't feel like fighting these. Just junk mobs. I should be looking into raising Keelin's intelligence as well. Maybe her warrior, too. Pass, pass, pass. That's it. Alright. Now we can begin looking at some of that. Also, Aileron, what were we doing with you? Kinda nothing, actually. I know we trained Fireball up. It'd be nice to get Dragon Flames up higher, but we don't have enough for that yet. Beacon. Not enough to up Warrior yet. Keelin. It's definitely enough to put a few more points in Intelligence, so we'll do that. 1, 2. Not quite enough for 3. We're getting there. And Aberkin. Warrior has to come up. Now would be the time. Sword will be next, and then shield. Alright. Nothing. Nil gold. Alright, so the first item should be up here on this hill, I think. I'm gonna go explore that. If I can find a way up onto it. Hey, what is this? Another cutscene. Right on. I can dig this. With Keelin. Alright. So here you are. It's nice, isn't it, honey? Just the 2 of us for a change? I can't talk now, Keelin. Gotta run away from the scary girls. No. I'm gonna try them all, so... Let's... I don't know. Which one of these would be first? I can't talk now, Keelin. Walks away. That's terrible. No, let's reload that. We should catch up with the others. You need to relax a little. All these responsibilities. What kind of a way is that to go through life? You think I'm too serious? You have some treasure now, and deeds to tell. Phelan's waiting for you back in Gwernia. Why not go home and build a little castle of your own? The name. I don't care what you call yourself, handsome. We could be very happy. I know what I'm doing. Don't even try to talk me out of it. You're so tempting when you're angry. I won't change my mind. You've already changed. You used to be fun, sweetheart. You're wasting your time. Too bad. Let's find the group. Aileron's being a bit of a dick, isn't he? So, try option 3. I was looking at the sky. The sky? What do you see up there? Lots. The planets, constellations. It's the middle of the day, Aileron. You're not seeing jack shit. Can you see my future? No. But I think you're hoping for something. A great romance. But isn't everyone hoping for that? Maybe. Definitely, sweetie. Why don't you give me some of that good luck of yours? Give? One kiss. Since when are kisses lucky? I would remember it always. Alright! Go get him, Aileron, alright. You know, a little romance in the quest wouldn't be bad, I don't think. Aileron needs to loosen the fuck up. All this talk about spirits and names and demons and Rabasat and all this jazz. We need some personal time. We need to have these moments since we are a young squire, and now is the time for that type of a romance. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, she could very well be the one for him. Alright, come with me. Alright. So there's that. But Keelin, a kiss is more than a token. I guess it is. I'm sure it is. I'd like to be a magician and a knight. I'd like to learn the magic of all 4 schools, but there are areas of life where one is more than enough. Like love? Yes. Then you've found the one. Maybe. It's also up to her. Who? Oh, that part's a secret. I'm flattered, but you don't have a kiss for me? Let's catch up to the others. Well, we're not going with that, so... You know, it's between option 1 and just kiss her and be done with it, or option 2 where we kind of hint at the fact that we might love her and wait a bit. And I'm not sure what way to go here. Difficult choices, because I don't know whether this is going to close off like a romance, because I don't even recall this being in the game. It's been a long time since I played, granted, but I don't want to kill it before it even takes place. I'm going to kiss her here, I think. God, this is such a duality. I'm not even sure if these things affect anything down the road. That's the problem. Like, this might, if I don't do it now, it might open up something better later. But if I don't do it now, it might not. If I don't do it now, the same thing could happen anyway. If I do it now, I'm not even sure if the top one is technically kissing her, but I assume it is, since he's agreeing and then he's like, come with me someplace quiet. It's damned if you do and damned if you don't. I think I am going to choose option 1, though. We're going to kiss her. That makes the most sense for a character at this point, because I think, more than anything, he would begin to start feeling lonely on this quest and, you know, want somebody to share the burden of what he's going through, and to have someone to talk to and feel good with and feel good around. So yeah, he would do that. It makes sense. And the same argument might be, it happened too fast. Well, I don't know. He's been with Keelin for a month or so. Like, is that a direwolf? That's a direwolf. A month or so in game time. And, yeah, that's reasonable, I think. I'm gonna just end this wolf the old-fashioned way since there's only one of them. How about Keelin? You do that. Yeah, there we go. 1,000-ish XP. We just trained, so we're not gonna train again. As I was rendering out this video, guys, I felt somewhat dissatisfied with how I addressed the situation after the climax to, well, the current climax to the romance between Aileron and Keelin when they had their first kiss. I feel like I didn't kind of give enough insight into the headspace of these two characters, and I did the entire thing a bit of a disservice, I think, by not doing that. So I'm here to rectify that now, more or less. And I think we need to start by examining why Keelin and Aileron are acting the way they are with each other, and just why Aileron's somewhat flippant about the whole affair. Maybe he's coming around, and maybe he's starting to realize that he really does love Keelin in his own way, but just doesn't know how to express that very well. And Keelin, who is coming on very strong to Aileron and wanting him to see that she's ready to have a romance and a proper relationship with him. I guess we'll start with Keelin first, since she's the one that seems to be initiating more than he is. So what we know about Keelin comes mainly from when we first met her at the inn, when she tells us a bit about herself, and we come to know that Keelin essentially ran away from home at a young age because she was the daughter of a merchant family in Talawalk, and basically what that would have meant for her, given the setting and the time period, I guess, is she would have been probably condemned to a life relatively joyless, in that she would be married off for the sake of an alliance or a trade deal to another merchant family, or to maybe to a minor noble, and honestly that would have been a loveless relationship to be in, and she did not want to be in that relationship, so she took flight from her home and has been on the road since. Along comes Aileron, and her troubles are mostly over. Her living by day to day is mostly over. She no longer has to live day by day. She no longer has to steal from people. He has wealth, and he looks after her. There's so much to go around, and she's never wanting for anything. And she sees this, and she sees this guy come into her life and offer stability and protection. And she likewise tries to repay that by showing affection to him, and not only that, but also protecting him, which I think I've been trying to convey well in battle. I try, whenever Aileron is targeted, I try to get Keelin to focus down whoever it is. Namely, mechanically speaking, that's just because she has a bow, but also in terms of the role play that I'm trying to do here, he's important to her, and she's quite smitten with him. He's strong, he's smart, he's coming up in the world, and she sees this, and she's dazzled, as Abrican would put it, and she wants to be a part of that. I think what Keelin fears most, and why she wants to let Aileron know that she cares so much, is she's seeing the things around him that are happening. She's seeing these talks with Abrican, she's seeing these talks with Beacon, she's seeing how serious he is about finding this name and becoming a mage or becoming a knight or what have you, if Abrican has his way, Alaron will be that person that never talks to girls, who is just, they're there to be seen and not heard. They're um, they're just they're secondary to a chaste life of a knight. He would become the person that she didn't want to be married to, and I think she worries that he would leave her on the side of the road where he found her. He would no longer need her, and then she would be back to having nowhere to go, because essentially she doesn't have a home. And that's what she says in the beginning. I don't want to settle down or anything like that, but in reality, she just asked us to settle down in that cutscene. If we chose one of the dialogue options, she said something along the lines of, we have so much. Why can't we just find a place in Guernia and you could buy a castle of your own and we could live happily together? And Alaron says, well, I can't. I have to get my name. And he says, you're wasting your time after that. And I just think this is Alaron not really knowing or understanding what it is that Keelin wants, really. She wants that romance. She wants to fall in love with this person. She is in love with him, I think. And there's nothing wrong with that, and he has to come to that conclusion on his own, which he does, I think. Since I took it in the different direction, where he does wind up kissing Keelin, he does return that affection, finally. With Alaron, I think he's getting so worried about the name as he's forgetting to live his life. Rabasat is winning, essentially, by robbing him of his youth, and turning him into such an old man, essentially, that's only concerned with books, names on a page, instead of the people that are right in front of his face, who care about him. He didn't see that Keelin loves him, and she's expressing it in really the only way she knows how. Sexualized, obviously, because that's how the devs kind of portrayed her, but that's not the entirety of the character. That's just a part of who she is. That's not the entirety. When you scrape away all that, what she could be considered to want would be just someone to grow old with and someone to share her life with. And there's certainly nothing wrong with that. Alaron, on the other hand, is just, like I said before, he needs to loosen up a bit. He needs to understand that the quest is killing him. If it doesn't kill him bodily, then it's killing him emotionally and mentally. And he needs to just relax a bit and have this time with Keelin. He's acquiescing to Abrican's desires by becoming the perfect knight. He's given Beacon what he wants. The entire party wants something. Each of them have their own agenda for being on this quest with Alaron. Beacon wants redemption. He wanted to go off and have another great quest. He wanted to feel vindicated, and when he found the banner, he did, because he recovered it. He took that as kind of a sign that he was helping us on a noble journey, and this would mean redemption for him. We're giving Beacon exactly what he wants. Abrican wants us to turn out to be the perfect knight. He wants us to become like him. And so far, so good. We keep turning the cold shoulder to Keelin and pushing her away at the expense of some moral code that barely even matters to our needs, because we're not really doing anything knightly. We're mostly a mage at this point, I would say. But even so, we're still making all this effort to please him, while Keelin, she wants the person she loves, and we weren't really doing anything to fulfill that for her, and that's really not fair. So Alaron maybe woke up and saw that he was not treating her right, and he should spend more time with her. It's not an obligation, but maybe, he's actually enjoying the time they're spending together now, and that Keelin is the right person for him, as he hints at in one of his dialogue trees there. So I think I think this is where he begins to fall in love with her and starts seeing what's right in front of his face the whole time, and snapping out of this super serious mode, at least for now, and living a little, living his life. But anyway, so I think that's a good enough justification for our actions, just as the sun's coming up, rather the moon, the crescent moon. As this is a time period before we did all of that stuff that I just did in the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you didn't enjoy that, feel free to skip ahead. That would have been useful to say at the beginning of the video, beginning of this segment. But, you know, if you watched it, good. And if you have thoughts on it yourself, if you think I'm reaching, if you think, I'm justifying it in the wrong way, tell me about it. Tell me, if you agree. If you think maybe Keelin just deserves a chance, and maybe Alaron needs to give himself a chance to fall in love and enjoy his life on the road here, that not everything has to be in the doldrums, so to speak. Anyway, guys, we should get back to the quest at hand and continue along in the journey. I really hope something else happens with them, and maybe it goes a bit farther. This seems like the climax to me. I'm not sure whether it is, but who knows? Only time will tell whether this goes anywhere. And whether we get a stern talking to from Abrican for completely disregarding his advice. Anywho, let's get back to it.